welcome back to Sort of and Sort of Talk Shit podcast for another episode. Today, we're doing like another two-parter episode, but we're going to be discussing like two varied topics under a similar umbrella. So for this episode, because we're tackling a subject that I'm very much invested in and interested in myself, as I'll be pursuing out of my future studies. We have got more than one person, actually more than two people. We have three people on the first time for the first time on our show, and today we're going to be discussing how mainstream media is basically acting like poison to the more underrated side of the film industry. So, we have directors like Ari Aster, Robert Eggers, and all these people who are now slowly starting to get the recognition that they so very much deserve. But we'll be taking a dive into all the sides of Hollywood and Bollywood, which still do not get as much recognition as they rightfully deserve. So for this episode, I'm your co-host Saurabh.
Your second co-host, Saurav.
Today we have with us, three aspiring college students as well. Rohan, Rohan, say something if you want to the five people watching this.
Hey
Rohan,
guys. Hello.
okay, yeah. Shantanu
Hello there.
and Anirudh.
Hello.
So Anirudh is also an aspiring film student, and so is Rohan. And so am I. And Shantanu here is a fanatic when it comes to movies, and he also looks at movies from a critical perspective and not just from a name and entertainment perspective. On the other hand, then we have Saurav here to draw parallels with us because he is someone who watches the movie as a more like a fun aspect, like a hobby.
Yeah, yes.
So we have this varied. You could say like it's sort of unfair considering the fact that it's 4:1 when it comes to this ratio. But
Hmm.
our entire goal of this podcast is so that we can get like a varied perspective on this set topic. Because there's
Hmm.
all of us who've watched Hollywood movies, but then we have Rohan here, who does invest a lot of his time in the Bollywood industry.
Yes, I
So
do.
yeah, so like to kick off this discussion, guys, we're gonna let me bring up like the most popular artistic thriller film, which is now a part of the mainstream media, and it is none other than the Oscar-winning Parasite. Now we
Yeah.
all can, I think, collectively agree on the fact that the Oscars have rightfully lost their importance and meaning through the years with more and
Yeah.
more gender appropriation and all these things started to pop up.
Hmm.
Not
When
that,
they
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
when they gave the Oscar to Brad Pitt, then I thought they lost their respect from my eyes.
I don't,
Joe Pesci,
I,
yeah, Joe Pesci deserved it, man.
okay, fine, fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, see, we are not like, against social phenomena and these movements, but at the same time, it's like these days when it comes to media and entertainment, the social activism has become a certain level of degree of judgment when it comes to judging a certain art. And it has taken over the industry at this point, and it is extremely acceptable by the fact that you need to raise an awareness about a certain situation or an issue, but it is also sad at the same time to see that it has become the only thing on which the industry now depends on. So, when Parasite won the Oscars, I sort of regained my faith. Because not only is it the first foreign media film to win an Oscar of Best Picture, but also it rightfully deserves the award it has got. Because Parasite is a mind boggling film. It is amazing. I mean, I think all of you have seen it, right, guys?
Yes. 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 Of course.
Unfortunately, I'm the only one who hasn't watched it. I'm sorry, guys.
Then you can go, please. Bye. I'm just
Hey,
Get
joking.
the
hut,
I'm
fuck
hut,
just
out.
hut, hut,
joking.
hut,
Get the
I'm
fuck
just
out.
joking.
hut,
Chal,
hut, hut.
nikal.
But
Hey, आर्टिस्टिक फिल्म मैंने
I
देखा
just,
है, ठीक
I
है, बस
just,
एक एक नहीं देखा, बस तो इट्स
It's okay.
फाइन. I don't think that should
It's
be an
okay.
issue. Yeah.
Now
okay,
I
we'll
just
move
want
on
you guys
another
to know
point.
I'm on the other side of the argument about whether Parasite should have won
okay,
because I don't think it deserved.
all right.
Okay, that's
Why
That's
interesting.
do you say so?
we'll get to
What do
that.
you
We'll
First
say?
get to
time.
that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. That's a very interesting opinion,
Yeah.
and I would like to explore that. But
Yeah.
I think when I say that I felt Parasite deserved the Oscar it got, Rohan agrees with me, right?
Yes, I do.
And Shantanu, what about you?
Somewhat, yes. I'm in the middle actually.
Okay, so
Both sides have promising points.
all right, we listen to the other
Hmm.
side too. It's a healthy discussion after all. But yeah, so like for me, why the thing about Parasite is like before Get Out, Parasite, and all these new movies that started popping up, that are more diverging towards like these sides of social phenomena and everything, that aren't blasting it out there with activism as like its priority, but rather the point of storytelling as a way of subtly mentioning it instead of shoving it down your throat with a ladle. So that's when I think more and more, like this particular genre of films start to like gain recognition, and I feel like Jordan Peele, Quentin Tarantino, and all these people are somewhat in a way catalyst for this side of the film industry to get a certain level of recognition. I won't say Quentin Tarantino a lot because he is more diverse into the action and violence side of the film industry in the latter parts, but he has made some certainly neo-noir artistic films as well.
I would say one thing: Quentin Tarantino has done an amazing job. He has picked up a genre and mastered it completely.
That's
He
exactly.
has made the genre. He has touched his bitch, literally.
He has made that genre. He has put his name and face against that
Yes,
particular genre.
yes.
And yeah, so like
And Tarantino films are very entertaining. They are like amazing to watch. They are so,
they're
I
just
would say,
satisfying to watch in
yeah,
general.
yes, it satisfies all my needs.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so now so like Rohan and I, we have our own ideologies as to why Parasite deserves an Oscar, and to
But
begin
I
with,
also want to put one thing. Um, Irishman.
yes,
Irishman also had a very, very strong storyline and very amazing cast. I have a little confusion between Parasite and Irishman.
I feel like
Yeah.
Irishman was a very Martin Scorsese film, and it was amazing, no doubt. Like it is the most Martin Scorsese film I've ever
Yeah,
seen,
yeah.
and I think where Irishman may have faltered is probably with its runtime, because like
No,
it
Still
no,
couldn't complete the
no.
film.
for me
Uh,
personally, I love long films. Okay, I'm a sucker for 3 or 4 hour movies. I love Schindler's List, but
okay.
when I compare, like obviously I'm comparing two vastly different genres here. But when I'm watching a movie like Irishman and when I'm watching a movie like Schindler's List, which have around the same runtime, for me a movie like Schindler's List had kept me engaged more than Irishman did. Because I feel like there's a lot of things in Irishman that probably it is plot relevant and it gives good exposition, but it probably did not need as much screen time as it certainly received.
Yeah, I haven't watched Irishman yet, and the only reason that is because it's 3 hours long. Every time I decide
Mm.
to watch it, I either don't have enough time or I'm just very lazy.
Yeah,
Like people now don't have that much of an attention span
that's
anymore.
true.
Guys, before we like dive into the whole which movie should have won the Oscar thing, I want to bring up a point about how the which movie wins Best Picture and how that's decided. So
Okay,
apparently there are about 120 members or something in the Academy,
right.
and the year 12 Years a Slave, I think 12 Years a Slave won, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yes,
did.
yes, it did.
Yeah, so the year 12 Years a Slave won. There were 64 members from the Academy who hadn't even seen the film.
Wow.
64
Holy
members. I mean,
shit.
that's more than half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just sad.
So you have to like when a movie wins Best Picture, you really have to think: did these guys even watch the movie? I
That's
mean,
wow. I did
we are
not
talking
know
about
that.
you spoke about how spoke about culture appropriation and those things, but when these guys aren't even watching the movie,
Right.
that doesn't even come up. They are just going to give what the majority is thinking. It's like
Yeah, it's like an agreement sort of a thing. Like, oh wow, you liked it. I
yeah.
guess
But
I liked it too.
I have a question regarding this about the 120 people of the Academy, out of which 64 people did not watch the film. So where does the source come from? I'm sorry, I'm not very aware of how the film, like,
I
is
think it was
decided
a
to be the best
article or
picture.
something, probably from like Hollywood Reporter or some shit.
No,
Okay.
so there are obviously many places that have covered this, but I read this recently, so I remember. I was reading like the list of the most eccentric directors, like the most
Yes,
idiosyncratic directors,
I love that
Uh-huh.
term.
and in that David Finch was obviously the first name that came up because he takes a
Uh,
lot of retakes, right?
He is a
uh,
So
fucking legend.
So yeah, he's kind of a perfectionist, and he brought up a point about the fact that the whole best direction category in the Oscars should be removed. He says, shouldn't the best picture be the one that's best directed? I mean, and if you think
That
about it,
makes
that makes
sense.
sense,
That
right?
makes absolute sense. Yeah, this is something I
Yeah, but
And
actually, but see, at the same time, when I look at it from the perspective that you just put in my head, and it makes sense. I do not disagree with that. But I think at the same time, if you take a movie like The Joker, okay, now The Joker has
mm,
an
Mm.
outstanding cast. Okay, they have done an excellent job.
mm,
It has
mm,
terrific direction and it has terrific
mm,
cinematography. But
I would like
where
yeah,
to echo with
in
that.
yeah, one sec. We'll get to that too. But where Joker falls short, in my opinion, is when it comes to the screenplay and the storytelling.
Mm.
And I think if we started giving best pictures by best directors itself, I think we're gonna
Mm.
be ignoring a very, what do you say, important part when it comes to film as an art. Because
Yeah.
film at the
mm,
end of the day is a story that you as an individual want to tell the people. It's something that you have seen in your mind that you want to put ahead as a form.
Mm.
mm,
And I think
I
that's
mean,
the only reason why you
uh,
would have a separate subsection called Best Picture, because it takes into account things other than direction, acting, screenplay, and everything. There's a lot of factors that go into a film.
basically, Best Picture is all about a culmination of everything. It
Yeah,
cannot be just a
yeah,
exactly.
separate entity.
yeah,
Like if you see director for Best Director or Best Screenplay, okay, Jojo Rabbit, like Taika Waititi won, right? So the thing is, he may have fallen short on other areas, but he did not fall short on screenplay. Things like these,
mm,
you
Yeah, so
know.
Taika
yeah,
Waititi, I think where it went wrong was with the story's progression.
yeah,
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 it did.
I
Yeah.
actually I'm not very critical of it, but I think I will agree with that
Yeah,
because
because
even
I
I
remember the first part, it is an engaging movie throughout. There is no doubt about that. It's
yeah.
extremely entertaining. Like that shift between dark humor, and that
mm,
real,
Yeah.
that lively experience. That's amazingly done. That's something I think Taika Waititi is well known for. If you see any of his films,
Yeah,
even Ragnarok for that instance.
yeah.
But when it came to the pacing, I felt like they spent too much time on the first half of the story, whereas the second half of the story was the one which had the most impact for the film. When
Mhm.
Jojo's mom is hung and everything, and the whole
Mhm.
interaction with the Jew starts. And I think that's something that we were promised as people who've seen the trailer, that we are going to be looking at an interaction of a Nazi fanboy interacting with a Jew, and how his family will pay repercussions of it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
we
definitely.
spent way too much time on the part where Jojo's character was developed. And there's nothing wrong with character development. That's one of the most important things to ever exist in media. But I felt like that pacing probably could have happened a lot quicker. And I think the best example for that would be, let's take Kill Bill for that instance. It has the
Mhm.
quickest character development, but with the greatest exposition at the same time. In my opinion, that's just how I personally feel. Because when you see the bride starting off as a paralyzed, mother who's lost a child, her husband, and everything, and then you see her, that whole scene when she's in back of the car, using her mind to like move her big toe, small toe. Remember that scene? That scene, you see how her willpower, how her character how her persona is. And I think that's a very good example of like good character development. Even Joker for that instance.
Yeah, coming back to Joker. Yeah, you
It
complete,
has
then
yeah,
I'll
it
say.
has amazing character development. But when it
Great.
comes yeah, but when it comes to like the storytelling, I think the only reason Joker works out as such an iconic movie is because of its extraordinary character development and the direction, cinematography, and the acting. But when it comes to
And
and
the
the
music.
Actually,
music. Let's not
I
forget the
like
Yeah.
music.
yes,
one
yes, the
thing I
score.
felt Joker fell short of was I think the film was very inconsistent in a way where the
Uh,
pacing of the film was not right. That's what I felt about the film. Like
I will not. I will not comment about the pacing of the film, but one thing I feel is Joker was a film. It was a Joaquin Phoenix film. I
yeah,
felt that
it was
it was
Yeah.
more
a
of a
Joaquin.
Joaquin Phoenix film
It
than a
was
Todd Phillips film.
more of Joaquin than the director. If you say Joaquin's best work is Joker, then I'm going to deny with you, obviously, because you haven't seen Master or something else. Then you have not seen other works of Joaquin Phoenix. It
Definitely.
is one of his best performance, but not the
Not his
best
best.
performance.
Not his
Not
best,
his
yeah.
best movie.
I feel the best performance of Joaquin Phoenix is in Her and then Master.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
was gonna get
Yeah,
to
yeah,
that.
her.
Joaquin in
Her is
I
my
Her
favorite
is
Joaquin
agree.
Phoenix movie.
peak acting.
Yeah.
Her was
Yes, that is what acting is, man. I'll be honest. I'm not the big fan. I'm not the biggest fan of Joker, the Todd Phillips one. I like the Nolan one, but it just felt too derivative, which is not a bad thing. But I just didn't connect with the film that well. I did connect with the character. I loved Joaquin in every single frame he is. I loved him.
I agree with what you said.
Yeah,
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 but
yeah,
like
yeah. I
Nolan
agree too.
Nolan
yeah,
just took
yeah, yeah.
Batman and Joker and just made what it
Yeah,
is.
see, here's the
I
thing
mean,
about The Dark Knight, when you actually look at Dark Knight, more than it being a Batman movie, it is a Joker movie.
It is a Batman movie too, because the decision of Bruce Wayne of saving Rachel and the other guy, which was Two
Two-Face,
Face,
Harvey Dent.
Harvey
Harvey
Dent.
Dent.
He took that was not a Batman decision. The Batman decision would be to save Harvey Dent, but he went for Rachel.
Bruce Wayne's decision. Yeah, I see what you
Yeah,
did there.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was Bruce Wayne's decision, not Batman's decision. That's the point where Two Face was created and the entire conflict of the movie was there. That is good character development. But
I
I just didn't
completely
feel
agree.
it. I just didn't feel Joker. It won Oscar for best
Best
acting for
actor.
Joaquin Phoenix, but I felt that Joaquin should have won his Oscar way back in Her and Master,
Yeah,
and
Joaquin
obviously
deserved his
walk
Oscar
the line,
years
yeah.
ago.
walk the line too, man. Walk the line. What a sick movie, man.
Yeah,
Okay, but
Yeah, I
coming
agree.
back to this, one thing that now that we bring Nolan's Batman into consideration with Todd Phillips' Joker is that there's one thing that I don't know if you agree with this, but I think if you just put Joker as a character without Batman,
yeah.
it just becomes a movie of a person who just loses his
See,
sanity
that's the
throughout.
thing. So this is something Shantanu and I have like spoken about before as well. So
Yeah,
if the name DC Comics wasn't against the movie Joker,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
would
yeah,
just be a really good movie about psychological downfall.
It wouldn't
yeah,
get the
exactly.
audience it has right
Yeah,
now.
it has clout because of DC Comics and WB's name against it.
It just has, yeah, exactly. Like that. That's the thing. Now, if you bring in Batman into consideration, why Nolan's film is so much better is because you're showing black and white.
Yeah,
Here in Joker situation, you don't have a black.
you
You just have a
just,
white.
I think it's the other way around. You don't have a
And
movie, you
no,
just
no,
have
no,
black.
The other
no, no.
way.
I'll tell why because black man's suit is black and Joker's face is white. Okay, come on, dude, come on. Okay, just okay. See, you don't always have to say, it, but the yin and yang in the film, only the yang exists
Yeah,
in one, and
I
the
agree.
Yeah,
I
but
agree.
but the yang can exist with the yang, but
Yeah,
it's not
like if you take
something.
the example of
Yeah,
something like Machinist or
yeah,
American
uh-huh.
Psycho, you don't need the
Yeah.
yin for the yang to be there.
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
We don't need
see, but
always
there,
the balance. We don't
You
need
know,
a.
bringing
We
it
have the balance in ourselves as
exactly,
viewers. We
bringing
are
this
the.
back to Parasite. That I think that is another example where we can talk about character
I would like
development.
to know what this guy. In
Yeah,
the beginning,
exactly.
he
That's
said,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. In the
So
beginning, he said why he doesn't
so
deserve the Oscar.
yeah,
I
Anirudh.
would
So
like to know.
like, we wanna know your opinion as to why you think Parasite isn't Best Picture worthy.
Okay, so I wanna talk about a few things. Like, let me address what he said just now.
Okay.
I don't think for a movie villain to exist, that a hero does need to exist. Like,
Yeah.
think about it from a real world point of view, okay, not a movie point of view. A very comic book dramatic way of looking at it is that the reason supervillains exist is because superheroes
Yeah,
exist.
yeah.
I don't think that, because like evil's going to exist anyway, so that shouldn't matter at all. I mean,
Definitely.
the Joker going, when you see the movie Joker, not the Christopher Nolan one,
uh-huh.
they show you why he goes mad. Okay,
Yeah.
and like he doesn't just fall into a vat of acid and that screws up his whole life. They are actually giving meaning to why he's being like that, which first of all I don't think it has ever been done. I haven't read that many comics, but every Joker origin story
Yeah.
I've read, I think which is Killing Joke, I think they
It's
do
the
show
closest one you can
Yeah.
find to the Todd Phillips Joker thing, I feel. Yeah, Todd Phillips Joker is the most original storyline for a comic book character ever written, in my opinion.
Yeah.
yeah, and he wasn't trying to make a comic book movie. First
Yeah,
of all,
that's the best part of the
uh,
movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was a
like a lot
crime.
of
It was psychological crime thriller. That's what
Yeah,
it was. With the
yeah,
label of a
exactly.
comic book movie.
Exactly, yeah. So, and then coming back to your point about that it could have been a great movie if they just removed the DC label from it. I agree, but I don't think that it would have been the same message.
yeah,
So,
I agree with what
That's
you
true.
said.
That's true. That's true.
On
yeah, so
some
like
levels, it would have lost its authenticity in the longer run.
also, but it's also about moral responsibility that directors have, which most directors these days have because you do anything that's not normal, people will attack you for it.
Yeah,
So if they made a movie with a real life person instead of the Joker, they would have attacked him saying you are justifying villainry over here. But over here he can hide behind the idea that this is a fictional character. This is the way the Joker Arthur Fleck's going to behave.
yeah,
But if
Exactly.
it was his own character, they would say, is he trying to say something? Like, should we sympathize with the villain?
yeah. That name Joker
Yeah.
adds a lot of,
Weight to the character.
underlying
Weight to the movie
exposition
itself.
to the movie.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly, exactly, yeah.
And I think
That's
that
And
true.
that Todd Phillips rightfully used to his advantage when he was setting up the film.
yeah,
Because of the clout that Joker already has against his name. Because Joker is a fan favorite character when you look at it from the
Hmm.
entire worldwide.
right, yeah,
It has one of the most toxic fan bases ever, pun intended.
yeah,
But
it does.
yeah, so
That's
like,
true.
but
So
if
yeah,
you
come
look
now,
past
now
all,
coming.
Let's talk
Okay,
about Parasite.
sorry.
oh, just one second, I
Yeah.
just want to finish. Like, but if you look past all this, the toxic fandom behind the character, it is
Hmm.
one of the only characters which, when it was introduced, had this social phenomena attached to its name. Because if you look back to the original
Hmm.
time when the Joker cat was very first introduced to the Batman Adventure comics, he was not. He
Hmm.
was yeah. I mean, obviously, it started with him falling into a vat of acid, but it's like he has a bad day. He goes into a robbery and everything. He's someone from the downtrodden part of the society. That's something that
Yeah,
even Todd Phillips Joker highlights on any Joker character is
yeah,
highlighted on.
yeah,
But that falling into that vat of acid, I think it was like a more metaphorical way of saying that now he isn't the person he was once anymore at all because he's physically
Yeah.
changed. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
and that that mental and physical connection between a person, and then introduce him to this
Yeah.
city where this is dark vigilante governing over it. I think that was one of
Hmm.
the first. That's the reason why everyone was so what do you say invested into this character, the Joker, other than all the one-liners that he pulled off, which are now in
Hmm.
cringy meme formats on images of Joker holding his card. But
Hmm.
like this aspect, like this something that was very new for the comic industry, because like
Yeah,
Saurabh said, and no, like Anirudh said actually, comic book
Hmm.
villains were basically like, अच्छा villain है क्योंकि hero है, but अगर कोई अच्छा
yeah,
होगा तो फिर
exactly.
villain
Yeah.
भी रहेगा.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that entire aspect of like you don't always need a hero for someone to go bad, because like if you really look at Joker's origin character development, there the aspect of Batman existing there at Ace Chemicals, and him and indulging in some sort of a combat situation and then
And
tripping and falling into
Joker
this
is the
vat of
perfect
acid.
match for Batman.
Yeah, he's the exact
Yeah, of
opposite.
course, of
He-
course.
He's
He's
some
the
of the
he has,
cases
Yeah. Yeah.
where the villain has
Joker,
more
The reason,
emotional
the
weight than
reason
the hero.
why,
the Joker cannot like be a villain for Superman because he's gonna rip the shit out of him.
that's what makes every Batman
yeah,
villain so interesting in comparison to every other villain in
Batman
comic
is about
industry.
psyche.
Yeah,
It's about your
and Joker is exactly like Batman, but fucked in the
on an
head.
opposite spectrum.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Let's
no, no,
just
no,
talk
not
about
really. Both are
Parasite now.
fucked in the head. But yeah, let's talk about Parasite
Yeah, it's
and why do
getting
you
too
say?
much
Yeah, it's
comic-ish.
becoming too much comic. We're not
Yeah.
having another DC
Uh,
Comics episode.
yeah,
But
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, so like just to finish it off, I think with that information that all of us collectively have behind a said character, so we all had
Hmm.
our own visions and our own expectations.
mm,
When the Joker
yeah,
was announced and everything, you were like, oh my god. So Joker has a name now, but the entire thing about Joker is the fact that no one knows who he is. I remember a lot of criticism was directed to this one particular
Yeah.
aspect, and people are talking about how Todd Phillips said that it's going to be little inspired by The Killing Joke, and it was the stand-up comedy aspect of the movie. And there was like, oh
Yeah.
my god, we're finally getting a live-action star Killing Joke, but without Batman, it doesn't make sense. I think the
Hmm.
smartest thing as a director, Todd Phillips, or as the screenwriter, whoever wrote the story,
Hmm.
did was
Hmm.
take this pre-existing narrative of a character who has been developed over the years several times, and
Hmm.
introducing that to a social aspect, which in our today's society we don't talk about in artistic media at all, because poverty is something that has become like अच्छा poverty okay हमने 50 मूवी देखे इसके बारे में और देखे क्या उखाड़ लेंगे, has become that kind of a thing. But if you at the same time you introduce something like gay rights or feminine rights or anything, you'll be like, oh my god, so cool, you know, that kind of a thing. I
Hmm.
think that's where Todd Phillips really used master direction and gave this weightage to a character that we all so dearly love, and you
Yeah.
know, helped him stand on his own 2 feet,
Hmm.
Hmm.
which is very similar to what they did with Harley Quinn and Birds of Prey. But we're not going to get into DC Comics and everything.
Yeah. Let's talk
Getting
let's
Why?
talk
Why
about
back,
Parasite.
Parasite?
yeah,
Parasite.
getting back to Parasite. Anirudh,
Yeah,
what's
Yeah.
your
so
opinion on why it
about
has such aspects?
Parasite. So first of all, Parasite and Joker, or if you look at the message behind the movie, it's the same thing. Okay,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
about mainly the rich poor thing.
yeah, yeah.
Parasite,
Social
Parasite is more
justice.
about
Yeah,
that. Joker is a little more about the whole villain. The why evil is born in the society
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff like that.
Uh,
But so the reason I don't like Parasite, I always look at movies like whenever I watch a movie, it's not because of other than Robert De Niro maybe. Like I usually it's about which who directed the movie.
Definitely.
So so yeah, I watched Parasite. I knew nothing about Bong Joon-ho. I didn't even want. I never. I was never interested in like watching it. But one day when I was the in-flight entertainment thing that had Parasite on it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this a shot because Shantanu told me that it's a great movie. So I was like, okay, let's see. Now, two things that contribute to watching a movie is sometimes you're watching a movie and you are really paying attention. Okay, like
Yeah,
you're trying to figure things out.
Uh,
But sometimes you're watching a movie just to be entertained. The
definitely.
reason I'm saying this is because the whole discussion of today is the whole mainstream and art cinema thing. But
Yeah.
I'll come back to that later. So the reason I don't like Parasite is because when you have you guys seen Snowpiercer?
I
yes, I
Yes.
have.
fucking love that movie.
Yes, I
Yes.
have.
Yeah, so Snowpiercer is a great movie, okay? And the concept is so simple, okay? It's incredible how simple the concept is when you think
It's
about it.
also
It's
about
like,
class discrimination again.
But I see a lot of
exactly.
flaws in Snowpiercer also. It is if you're talking about comics, but I'll let you complete first. Then I'll put my
Yeah,
opinion.
so what I was saying is, I always look at the movie from a direction point of view.
Mhm.
The whole thing that you said about a movie also having a good script for the best picture, I completely agree, obviously. A movie needs to be perfect in every way for it to work. But if a movie has great direction, I'll excuse it. However, having said that, most people will look at it the other from the other point of view.
Right.
Like they'll look at the plot first. Nobody really cares about the direction, like a general audience,
Yeah,
right? So like if the plot's really good, they're going to be engaged anyway.
that's fair.
Uh,
Yeah.
that's okay.
No, it makes
Do you
sense
want
if
to
you
say
take
something?
the example of a movie
See,
like
you can have a great plot if the plot is great, but the direction is not right. It's not gonna be a good film.
I think we have
It's
movies
not
like
going to be a good film, but like a lot of, I'm talking about the general audience. They
Yeah.
generally love it because the
It's gonna
main
be
thing they are
entertaining.
coming for is the
The
plot.
director's job, no, 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 the director's job is to sue the plot with the character.
I think a
The
good
world,
example of what Anirudh
yeah.
just said would probably call me out for this if you want, but like Transformers, if you remove the
Yeah.
whole aspect of
Yeah,
Autobots
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
Decepticons and
exactly.
everything, it is far from even close to good direction. But
Yeah.
It's a
when you actually
big
look at the
commercial.
story for the movie, you know, ignoring all the
See,
Hasbro.
you're introducing Transformers. It's like you're introducing Marvel. You're saying keep
No,
Marvel
hear
has
me out, hear me
great.
out, hear
Okay,
me out,
okay,
okay?
okay,
I'm not talking about all the Transformers movie. I'm
okay.
specifically only talking about the first Transformers movie, which I think came out in
Hmm.
I have
2008 or something. Okay, the very
okay,
first one, which is
okay.
averagely good, I'll say. It's not great, it's average. Okay? Now, the thing with the first Transformers movie was it had a very basic bitch protagonist and like a very common trope. But the
Hmm.
reason why I would say it had a good story is with the way it juggled this trope of character with another extraterrestrial aspect of it. Okay, like I think closest thing to something like that we would have seen is like Jadoo and ET and stuff. But Transformers took this existing trope. Obviously, the direction was so shitty that no one gave a fuck. Okay, and Hasbro marketed it for its toys. But you know, when you take the story of Transformers, it is like your basic nerd who gets a talking car and gets the hot girl. Okay, I think we all know
Yeah.
another very popular Bollywood movie like that, Tarzan, the Wonder
Yes.
Car.
Yes. Tragic drama.
But no, but like you see, Transformers has a good story when you actually get into it, because Transformers draws these narratives between the Autobots and Decepticons when you actually invest yourself into this movie, because it's drawing this very strong difference between two mindsets. Like there are these Decepticons who want to use Earth as a way to rebuild their home, and when you
Yeah.
look at
Yeah.
it, it's literally what we as humans have done. You know, we're using our
Mhm.
planet and we're taking away the rights of other animals or other creatures that live with us in this
Yeah.
biodiversity, and we're building it to our liking. Decepticons are basically humans who have the power to actually do that. And
Yeah.
Autobots are basically, the people who are
Animals.
stopping against it. Yeah, in a way. So there's that. I think I feel sometimes like maybe I'm like just reaching for it too much. But with the way
No,
Transformers
it's a good
1
thing.
progressed, I think this is something that they wanted to talk about a lot. Because throughout Transformers 1, okay, the reason why it keeps you so engaging, other than the phenomenal visual effects and sound editing, is this
Okay.
is this plot line of, I think, them drawing out humans' worst enemy being someone exactly like them. Because that's
Yeah.
something that they highlight on a lot in the movie.
Yeah.
When there's the entire sequences of the interaction between the humans and the Transformers. When you see Optimus Prime even talking to the military of the United States and everything, you see that you feel that, I think, that tension between the fact that these people are practically doing that we are, but they have more power and they have the technology to do so. And I think that's very much more evidently placed ahead when the sequels come. Obviously, they're fucking shit. But in the sequels, when you see like these Transformers going out their way and actually doing this thing, same shit again and again, you see also that side of humans exploiting that technology too. So I think the first
Can I
movie.
add something to this?
Yeah, sure.
Can I add something to this if you don't mind?
Yeah.
No, I would like, sorry to interrupt this, but I'm surprised you think that Michael Bay thought so much behind
That's
this.
what I'm
Exactly.
saying. Michael Bay
Yeah,
just
it's
directed the movie,
the
guys.
bottom line is it's a entertainer they know what they want, what they are doing. They just want the
Yeah.
audience to come to them. They honestly, I'll tell you one thing. See, when I see a Paul Thomas Anderson, I know this guy knows shit.
Okay.
And when I see the best Marvel movie for me is the Spider-Man 2. And I
Okay.
can explain why.
Yeah,
The
I
Spider-Man
agree
2,
with you on that.
the Spider-Man 2 dwelled into the psyche of Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Why is he depressed? Why is he have so much stress? उसकी वजह से his power is and all is going, and you see all that, But or see the further past, Homecoming and shit.
Yeah.
It's very childlike. It's
Yeah,
very like,
Yeah.
the plot is important. I agree, but strong direction thrives it. It is thing it.
The
A
reason
director is
why
the
I
soul of the film. I feel you when you see अब कहीं और चली गई or this movie went somewhere else. That's when was not that strong. He didn't have the hold. The director is a very important tool to the entire film.
definitely
You-
I
me,
agree
me
with
saying
you.
why Joker was a more Joaquin Phoenix film is saying that I wasn't that interested in what's the word I can use over here,
Invested.
but I was not
Invested.
very invested in the Todd Phillips side, or he didn't. I feel he didn't direct it that well. How well Nolan did.
Okay, I have something to say to that.
Yeah.
So, do you know how the Saurabh just said the whole thing about do you really think Michael Bay actually thought of all these things? Even though, and Saurabh has really looked into the thing, and it really has become his own thing, right? Like maybe Michael Bay didn't think of this.
Before you just
But it's
continue,
your
I just
interpretation
want to like
that will-
put one thing ahead. So I'm sorry, one sec. But just to like put this ahead, Transformers is a movie which has whose director and the screenwriters are separate. So someone who has put thought into the story and the plot is not the same person who has went with the fact that he has to sew this movie together. So that's the only reason why I brought this example up, is because Anirudh spoke about this exact thing, that a movie with a strong story can also look past its direction. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. No,
I
but
don't
but
agree with
really,
that.
it really depends. It depends on the audience watching.
Yeah.
Like for example, my family members, they aren't really looking at the direction aspect of it, as far as it looks like a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
I would-
Bollywood movies aren't really creative, but like they look like a movie. They have that look. But the plot is what really matters to them. Like every time they walk out of a theater, that's what they're talking about. The plot was engaging, or this character was weak.
but
They never talk about.
what makes the plot engaging? What makes the film engaging? That is the work of the director.
I think
See?
not just the director but the actor.
What I
Yeah,
think
the
is,
entire crew. But the you
no,
see,
but-
the director is in the chair and he makes the decisions. If something is done in certain way, he's the person who will take the call. If the
Okay,
film
okay.
is amazing, it is it's everybody's effort, and if the film is shit, it's just it comes all to the director. And this is not I'm saying. This is something what
No,
I'm
we
saying with my
completely
own.
agree with
let
you.
me let me complete. This is not something I'm saying in my words. This is Anurag Kashyap saying about Bombay Velvet. He said that if a film is shit, it's just my fault and only mine.
Yeah,
Because I
I've
took
seen that.
your
It's an
your
amazing
parents
movie.
your parents not taking the you're not looking at the directorial side of the film is that what do I say? Let me just articulate.
The
Your parents
entertainment
going to
aspect of it.
yeah. What makes the film entertaining? It's the choice of the director who made it. So it's the wholesome of the entire director thing, but it's the soul of the film. I feel it's the director.
Yeah,
Director has
see,
a
now,
great pressure.
Now you are absolutely correct. I do not disagree with you. One of the best examples for that would be, I think, Ruben
They don't,
Fleischer's
yeah, yeah.
Zombieland 1.
They don't acknowledge the director because he's not in front of you.
Yeah, but he's
But
there, the
his
one
work is-
who's brought this
he's
together.
there.
Yeah,
Every frame you see, it's the director's.
definitely, it's their vision. And yeah, like if you look at Zombieland, Ruben Fleischer had nothing to do with the entire story of the film. He got a script, he got a bunch of papers, and he read it thoroughly. He was like, okay, this movie has to look this specific way. Okay?
Yeah. I would like to quote one more example. Gangs of Wasseypur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Gangs of Wasseypur is a film that Kashyap he himself didn't write the entire thing.
Yeah.
It was pitched and he refined it.
Yeah, definitely.
But
Yeah.
see what he did with that thing.
Yeah.
It is arguably the best film in this decade.
It is
man.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
best fucking
is the
movie in
best
the Bollywood
Best
industry.
Indian film.
It's
Yeah.
so little crippling budget. He made a masterpiece out of it.
yeah.
So
I-
it is a choice.
I
It
just
is a
want to
choice.
like point one thing out. I think like what Anirudh brought up and what I was talking about. I think you just like misinterpreted the discussion that we were having and
Yeah.
strayed away from the topic because what you're talking about is definitely there. It's facts right there. But that isn't something that Anirudh and I was talking about because we were just trying to look at movies from a written perspective. And like
Yeah.
Anirudh was saying, and like I mentioned the whole Transformers thing, which I quote myself, like I feel like I probably was reaching over looking into the whole aspect of the movie other than it being a commercial, gamble. But I feel like the first Transformers movie, other than Bumblebee, which I feel is an amazing movie, the reason why the first Transformers movie has that distinction of good and average is just because of the writing, acting, and the VFX and everything.
Yeah, it's everything.
Other than the direction.
But like the thing you said about Transformers, the whole big message.
Yeah.
No one who's watched Transformers cares. Like
Yeah,
Transformers was
Yeah,
made-
it's,
I think Michael Bay knew his audience because it's
Yeah.
kids. I
Yeah,
remember as a kid
definitely.
watching
No, he
Transformers.
said this.
yeah.
He said that he makes
Yeah.
films for 13-year-olds.
Exactly.
13-year-olds.
What Transformers is a very, very long commercial, which is very, very successful. I remember as a kid going onto the internet and typing if Bumblebee is actually real because he looked very real. That's why the children get the toys. What children want is
Yeah.
action and everything.
Definitely. I do
So I
not disagree
think
with
instead of being stupid, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely there. So Michael Bay made that
Michael
movie
Bay is not a
to
fool.
sell Hasbro's
Yeah.
products. It was there because Hasbro wanted their toys to sell. But I feel like as someone who writes, all right.
Yeah.
I feel like as a writer, if I aspire to be a director myself, but as a writer, if someday I wrote a screenplay and let someone else direct it, which I have, and they don't go out of their way to present the message that I did, it isn't going to change the fact that I did from my end put something in that movie. See, that obviously is the the entire aspect of direction for you to
That's
bring out that part in the movie that I so rightfully, need or want to point out. But if you didn't, and that's there, that's gonna be one aspect of it. But I think that's the way I look at Transformers, because I feel like somewhere down the line, Transformers was trying to do this thing, which I think barely anyone picked up. Because again, like Shantanu said, it's a movie made to feed 13-year-olds, with a toy addiction, and that's definitely what Transformers is. But as now that I have, like, I'm 19 years old, I like to
Exactly.
critically
I would like
introspect
I would
into
want to
stuff.
recognize.
I would like to put an example to this. Stanley Kubrick Shining, and there is one more, Stephen King Shining.
Yes, we'll get to that. That's a very, very
Yeah,
intense
yeah.
discussion.
Stephen King's Shining.
We'll get to that. Hold on. Hold on.
Stephen King didn't like
I
the
know
original.
he hates that movie to this day.
Yeah, he did not like. He did not like Stanley Kubrick. So just you have given a material to a director. Now it's up to him how he does it. And if you don't like it, go direct your own film,
Definitely.
your own story.
Yeah. That makes utmost sense.
And it's not like completely like that. Ki you go and pitch a film to a director and he'll not listen to you. It's not like that, bro.
Yeah, I
Like
agree with
Kashyap
you. But
listens to
coming
his
back to
costume design. Kashyap listens to his costume designers too. So it varies from director to director.
yeah, those are just
But
average.
let me talk about. I wanna talk about something here.
Yeah.
You said that the director is the most important person in the film, which is obviously true. That's why he's the director. But think about it this way, okay? Like the Tarantino writes his own films, right? But in an interview, Tarantino has said he never writes with subtext. He never thinks about anything other than the plot, which means the only thing he is doing is to tell an engaging story. Okay?
Yes.
But whenever you look at a great film, it's one with a lot of he, like, you can see the director has studied the culture around him, or
Yeah.
he has some sort of philosophy that he's trying to say. But even if that is true, do you know why do so many artists say I don't want to tell you my interpretation? It's not because they're stupid, obviously, because they do have an interpretation. I mean, they created it. But for many people, they'll interpret a movie in a certain way, and if the artist tells them that that's not it, then maybe they'll not like the film anymore.
They're
You know
so
what I mean?
giving
It'll
of
take
No.
some of the magic away from the film.
Yeah,
No,
and
I would like to take some time to answer this question. I will respond to this statement. Is you're talking about Quentin Tarantino? Quentin Tarantino, he had his film school in a video library.
Yeah, I know.
He was yeah. But you guys must be knowing. So
Yes.
his subtext and his knowledge of his films is in his exactly his it's in his blood. All right, you're talking okay. Quentin Tarantino talked about King Kong being a black slavery film.
Yeah, I know
The
that.
the makers of what was it?
King Kong.
King Kong said it is not. It is just an
Yeah.
adventurous film. But
Yeah.
putting that element of black slavery makes it an even more engaging and entertaining. And I won't say entertaining. Even more
Deep.
fascinating film. It puts it puts something that which is very important to a film is when
Of
I see
course.
King Kong being the only black character in the entire movie, I put black slavery to it. It just makes the film more beautiful. So you can interpret your film in any way. The director not
Yeah.
telling you the why a film is just like that because it's shame to his knowledge. He's saying कि मैंने तुम्हें पूरा movie दिखा दिया and you're saying सीता किसका बाप था.
Yeah.
You
I
think-
get what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, but I've shown you. You put your brains and make an interpretation out of it. You may be right, you may be wrong. Maybe right, maybe wrong. Your interpretation may be through the lines of my interpretation. What's the word?
Interpretation.
Interpretation or not. You can interpret a movie in any way.
Exactly. That's what coming back to what Saurabh said about the whole Transformers thing. That has made his viewing of Transformers even better.
Yeah.
As a kid, he didn't like it, but now it's
Oh, I love it
elevated
as
his
a
ex.
kid. Fucking cars becoming robots. fuck
No,
yeah.
like I mean in a different way. You know what I'm saying, right? Like for example,
Yeah,
like
I was fucking with you.
if you see a director's job is everything, but I think the main thing a director needs to have as a skill is visual literacy,
Yes.
Yeah.
which
Yes.
Francis
Definitely.
Ford Coppola Francis Ford Coppola's Godfather is an absolute masterclass in
Oh
that.
my
Every
God,
single
yes.
scene has been thought of. And even if it hasn't been thought of, okay, let's say the director hasn't thought of it, as a filmmaker, okay, like as a filmmaker watching the movie, maybe I can look at it in a certain way which will help me while make in my process. So I like the film. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That the audience hasn't thought about that particular thing about why the scene is like that or whatever.
Right.
So the audience is like, that's a boring scene. This makes no sense. Why is this scene being added?
Yeah.
So it's like understanding art will actually make you. I'm sorry, I think I deviated a bit because I'm over here. I'm talking about having an understanding of any art form will actually make your experience even better.
I think a good
Yes.
example of what you just said would be Schindler's List again, because
And
the
Parasite.
entire okay, I'll get to that. I don't know how you talk how on what basis
Yeah,
you're saying
I'll
that.
explain.
But in Schindler's List, the entire movie, okay, it's black and white, but there's this one particular frame in
Red
the
girl.
Yeah, yeah.
in the
last
dress.
segment
Yeah.
of the
Red girl
movie.
in the
Yeah,
dress.
the red girl in the dress, which catches everyone's eyes. And exactly
Yeah.
5-10 minutes later, you see the same girl dead from exposure to the gas chamber. But when
Yeah.
that movie came out, people drawed drew out several interpretations of why that particular girl was wearing
Yeah.
that particular dress, and I was like the only thing in color.
Hmm.
The
Yeah.
director actually did not go out of his way and tell anyone to the people. There are
Yeah.
several interpretations. It's to draw out the aspect of how the Jews are not only just harassing the kids and everything, but how like the next generation is dying, the blood is on their hands. There were several interpretations, and Steven Spielberg was just like, okay, okay, okay. I think quite many
Yeah.
years later, Steven Spielberg went out of his way and spoke about why the girl in the red dress in Schindler's List is like what it's supposed to represent. And I think a lot of people were like, oh, but we thought otherwise. No, see,
Yeah.
because Steven Spielberg as a director had all that fame and popularity for being such a visionary person, no one gave up on the fact that okay, his vision is different from ours, so हम बैठ के इसकी movie को देख रहे हैं. So something like Anirudh pointed out before. But at the same time, if you take an artistic director, okay, who's like up and coming in the genre, who makes a movie, like if you want, you can take the example of Mother, Javier Bardem and Jennifer Lawrence. Have you guys seen it?
Which one?
Mother. It's a horror
Oh, yeah,
thriller.
yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Darren
yeah.
Aronofsky. I don't exactly know how to pronounce his name, but
Darren
it's-
Aronofsky, yeah.
Darren Aronofsky. Yeah, it's a very underrated film in my opinion. Okay, not
Yeah.
a lot of people know about it, and the very few people who do, they find it to be okay, that's fine. It's a mediocre film, and it has reviews according to it as well. Because Darren Aronofsky was telling the story about man's rape on nature in a very biblical sense. But when viewers interpreted that film, they just saw a horror thriller movie because of that genre subtext added to it. Like, oh, it's
Yeah.
a scary movie about probably a guy living in a delusion or a girl living in a delusion with a lot of gore and violence. And that's something that even the critics felt. Because, if you look at the reviews for the movie, it is not as, it doesn't have that promising reviews when you compare it to other films along the same lines because of the word horror and thriller attached to it. And because of that, a lot of people did not care about the movie because Darren Aronofsky is an underrated director, and when he pointed out what he was trying to explain with the film, no one gave a shit. But at the same time, if you put it against Steven Spielberg, and when he spoke about Schindler's List, the girl in the red dress, against everyone else's interpretation, he was like, okay, what? This is the guy who made Jaws, so he has a proper direction, okay? So we just interpreted wrong. They were like, okay, हमारी गलती है. So that subtle difference between these two things it's a very important thing in the industry, because again it brings back to the whole aspect of direction against screenplay, something that Anirudh pointed out. Because like when you're telling a story and when someone is presenting your story for you,
Yeah.
there is that it's a big risk, it's a very big gamble,
Yeah.
and you entrusting your brainchild in the hands of someone else, and whether he or she will take the responsibility of doing justice to that brainchild
Yeah.
is something that you do not have any sort of creative control of once it's gone into the hands of the director.
Yeah.
And a good example of that would be Zombieland, Ruben Fleischer. Now, Ruben Fleischer in no way was involved in the writing process of the film. Okay, he's done excellent direction. Zombieland is like the
Yeah.
best zombie film to ever exist, and
Yeah.
up par with
Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead.
Hands down, hands down.
Okay,
Yeah.
but when you look at the movies Ruben Fleischer has made, he has no creative control. He has no sort of creative input into the film other than the direction. He has done terrific jobs at telling stories about these movies, but he hasn't been involved in writing the story. So when us as an
Yeah.
audience, when we see Zombieland, we see this, this zombie comedy movie about like this, it's like a coming of age tale. It has multiple storylines going on at the same time. It has several subplots about this guy who's just finding a Twinkie. But when you look deeper into it, that is, if you want to go down that lane, you're looking at this guy who's just trying to relive like the last few good moments that are left in the dying world. Okay, that's what I derive from Woody Harrelson looking for a Twinkie in the entire movie. Then you have like these siblings who do not trust anyone other than each other, and a girl who's being raised in a world that is plunged into apocalypse. And then there's this guy who's completely lost, who has no idea where the fuck he is, what the fuck he's doing, but he knows he wants to survive, and he's a scrawny little nerd. But when we watch a movie, say, oh wow, that's a fucking funny ass movie and amazing violence and gore, amazing, I love it. But now when I go to this aspect of the movie and I look into this really deeper storyline and everything, you really draw out the fact that what the director gave us and what the screenplay was probably two different things. And another great example of that would be Venom. Okay, it's a preposterous
Which one?
Venom,
You-
Tom Hardy's Venom.
Oh, okay.
It was also directed by Ruben Fleischer. And when the movie was announced that it was going to be directed by Ruben Fleischer, my hopes for the movie instantly went up. Even more so after hearing that Tom Hardy is, being attached to the film. But when the movie came out, it was a preposterous waste of my time.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. I'll say it actually, in my opinion, had pretty good CGI for the symbiotes because it looked realistic as fuck and it was eerie. But what Ruben Fleischer presented to us was this horrible script in which he probably spent all his blood and sweat into mastering and giving a borderline acceptable movie. Because Venom at the end of the day is a very bad movie, but we will not call it something that's as horrible as something like the Transformers sequels or Max Steel or Suicide Squad or
Max Steel.
something. Yeah, Venom is acceptable. I think you can digest that movie.
Yeah.
And I don't like people beating up Jared Leto. Go watch Daniel Bice Club, then comment.
Yeah.
upon
Yeah,
it.
Jared was a terrific actor who just did the
Right.
See,
Bro,
Jared
just
Leto
go see-
did not have the time. I felt like it was
Yeah.
insanely. It was very unfair for the directors and the editors to have not given him the enough screen time that he deserved as the character that.
No.
has been
They didn't
rolled over.
want. They didn't want to. They just put the word Joker because they know it's a money like
Yeah, it's a
machine.
it's a money maker.
It's a money
Okay,
maker.
guys, moving back
Yeah.
into
Joker-
DC territory, let's
No,
take it back a notch.
it's even something. It's even something that Kirsten Dunst talked
I'll
about
talk about
with the.
Parasite.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but just want to interrupt, but by saying that, like you said about the money making aspect of this is something even Kirsten Dunst talked about when Tom Holland was cast as Spider-Man. She said that we made the best movies. Now it's just a milking the cow situation.
Yeah, definitely.
And this is something I want to partially agree with because I mean my partiality comes to the fact that see I'm not going to deny that Tom Holland's films are bad. They are pretty good, but not as well made as the one that Sam Raimi made.
I think
During
it's
the-
because of the shift in the tone and the age of
Yeah,
the
bad.
character and stuff. But
Yeah.
moving
Yeah,
away
that's
from the
also-
comic book movies and stuff,
Yeah.
coming
Yeah,
back
just
to
yeah,
what
yeah,
is
not
stuff.
talk about comic book.
Yeah, wait, Shantanu wants to say something.
Like, let me connect this whole thing that Anirudh said about Godfather and other movies which are completely on interpretation. Like, everything is very symbolic. All these
Right.
artsy movies, everything is on symbolism.
Yeah, definitely.
But what happens is why many people watch superhero movies over these movies is that when you're watching a movie like The Avengers, I don't want to talk about the Endgame and Infinity War, but
The first one.
you don't have to you don't have to
Yeah,
interpret anything.
exactly.
Yeah, you
You
keep
have
your brain
everything
aside.
just, served on a golden plate.
Yeah.
What happens is now my personal experience. I watched Godfather, fucking loved it. Went to my friends, told them what it is, and just the other day they come to me and they're like, "It's fucking boring. Why do you watch these movies?" Yeah, a lot of people find it very boring,
Yeah, I
and I
agree.
get why.
There's a lot
I
of
get
people-
why.
Exactly.
See,
Yeah, because I think this is a very good place to add that I think what a director should ideally work for is even though he's adding his own art to the movie, like giving
Steven
himself into
Spielberg.
the movie, he should also have something that's engaging for anybody who watches it. You know, like
Definitely.
behind all the symbolism, everything, there should be something that holds the story together, even for the most common viewer.
I think
Tarantino.
Tarantino
Not
and
just that.
Parasite are a good
Tarantino.
example of that.
Steven Spielberg knows what sells.
Even-
And
Yeah, exactly. Spielberg's very good
Guys,
at
I
that.
think you guys are really missing out on James Cameron.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah.
He is the person who like comes out of his cave every 10 years or something, delivers and just disappears. He gives
Yeah.
he gives you, I call them artistically good movies,
Yeah.
which go mainstream and box office success because of how popular
No,
James
this
Cameron has
guy,
become
yeah,
over
I
the years.
and yeah,
One thing I want
James
to add, one thing I just want to add, people in our country, me going to my friend and telling them to watch Godfather and they coming back and saying, अरे ये तो boring है, ये तो बकवास movie क्या बकवास देखता तो arty films, is that कि our entire decade, the 90s decade was marred with
Yeah, definitely.
with hey Kiran,
Yeah. Oh my
we like
god.
that.
But
Yeah.
I'm not
We
just
did-
talking
we did-
about. I'm not just talking about India though. I'm talking about the general
It can
audience.
be,
That's why
it
these
can be,
movies.
but this is a big problem. My dad, my father watches films which are really shit and watches films.
But
Yeah.
I don't think
And-
I can
it's a
relate,
problem,
yeah.
you know. I don't think it's a problem because
I do
at the end
think
of the day,
I
this
think
is
it's a
not-
problem as
if
well.
he's, if he's going and watching Himmatwala, that is a fucking problem. That is a big
Absolutely
problem.
not.
At the
Okay.
wait, okay,
Okay.
just hear me out. Just
See,
hear me out.
let me
Okay,
come-
guys,
let me
guys,
come-
one second,
let me
everyone,
come-
everyone, one sec, hold on.
Let me just
Like,
compliment.
everyone
the-
just like calm down for a second, breathe
Alright,
in,
alright.
relax, chill the fuck out, okay?
Hmm.
Yeah, Rohan, whatever you
Yeah.
have to say, finish, and then let's Shankar.
आराम से हाँ हाँ.
Sure. See, we had directors like Hansal Mehta in these days.
Dada Saheb Phalke, man, come on.
Dada Saab Phalke was 1913. That was way back.
He
But
was a fucking visionary guy.
yeah, we had directors like Sham Benegal,
Oh my
and
god. Yeah.
which delivered movies like Mandi.
Oh,
Which
that's
talk
so
about
good.
which talk about the freedom of women in like it is about so many things, and it
Yeah.
is symbolic in its best sense. We had directors like Mani Ratnam,
Oh,
and
Oh, yeah.
also
yes.
we had directors like shitty directors like
Rohit Shetty.
Rohit Shetty is now Varun Dhawan.
Karan
हाँ,
Johar.
भी अभी है, but
Oh
पहले
yeah,
कौन था?
David
Varun
David
Dhawan.
Dhawan, David
David
Dhawan.
Dhawan.
हाँ,
Oh, he
Coolie
made
number one.
Coolie
हाँ.
number one. What is Diwar? It is just a remake of Ganga Jamuna, which was actor कौन था? Dilip Kumar. So see, the problem is our pura generation was brainwashed.
Yeah,
It was not
I agree
showing
with
the
you on that
best,
one.
the best potential, the best. We not understanding the. I take a lot of time to understand what the screen literacy is because I didn't have all of this before.
Yeah.
When I was as a child, I was seeing like movies that are not that good. I wouldn't say that good. They were
Yeah.
like shit. Point
Yeah.
blank shit. Right.
I agree. I completely agree.
Okay, ठीक है. No, वहाँ तक भी नहीं. They are shit. They are literally shit. हिम्मत वाला is shit. I can make हिम्मत वाला. I can make हिम्मत वाला in my OnePlus का camera. I don't need to be a director for that.
Yeah.
I don't know how does Rohit Shetty make movies. Does he know how to do?
Oh my God.
Rohit Shetty has no idea what physics are.
Yeah.
Putting it
Does
out
he know
there.
what is storyboarding? What is the mean? See, I saw
You know,
Tumbar.
it's ironic you say that
I-
because Rohit Shetty is the highest paid director in India.
Yes, it is. It's true. It's the reality. But abhi
Someone needs to pay for the bomb.
the fight.
Bro, coming out of a Rohit Shetty movie is being like an acid attack survivor.
It is being.
what it
Yeah.
is like.
It is being fucked in your ass.
See, Rohit Shetty's movie is like
See.
one acid trip that you didn't want to take but got introduced to anyway.
Yeah. Rohit Shetty was the movies are the child which your mom says उसके साथ मत खेलो.
He's that weird neighbor's kid who thinks उसको physics में 100 आते हैं.
who puts his finger in his butt and then licks it. All right, never mind. But the thing is that abhi the fight is to coexist. पहले it was an unfair fight.
Yeah, definitely.
Mani Ratnam and all. The movie called Satya came out, which
Yeah.
Kashyap directed, and then it started to change. I don't know, it's changing as
Kashyap
well.
directed that.
No. Kashyap didn't die. Ram Gopal Verma died.
Yeah,
Directed.
exactly.
Remember
Yeah.
Ram Gopal Verma was relevant?
Yeah.
Oh
But
man, it's been a long
yeah,
time.
Sad days.
RGB की आग. Nee, so that's the thing. We are not that visually literate, to be really honest.
That's fair.
Yeah, yeah.
We have
We're still learning and we're
what
good
makes
process.
me, I'm not taking what makes us different from the other audience is that we have put the entire time or the
That
days into movies like
Yeah.
Godfather,
Yeah.
that is what I'm saying.
and understood what is it.
I
Yeah,
mean,
so
guys, just want to put this ahead. Like, if I don't know if you guys are aware or not, but Ram Gopal Verma made a documentary 2 years ago on Mia Malkova, the porn star,
What?
about female empowerment and sexuality.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's
Fuck.
called Sex.
Dude, that's like the most made up thing to say ever.
Yeah, it's
Ram
called.
Gopal Verma.
yeah, it's like saying the minions went to the moon.
Yeah.
They did.
The minions did go to the moon.
They did. You're wrong. They bought
Yeah.
the moon to Earth too.
They kidnapped the moon, yeah.
Yeah. But coming back to reality, he made a documentary called God,
We
Sex
can-
and Truth, which is on Mia Malkova.
We can all agree that Tumbad was a great film.
It is
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah, yeah, that's an
masterpiece.
amazing
Anyone saying that Tumbad was a mediocre or a shit film in this
No,
panel?
no, fucking.
I agree.
The animation was so
Tumbad didn't work. It was a flop.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yes,
Box office.
it is. It was a box of. Yeah, you're getting a movie like Tumbad in 2018 and you still not appreciating it.
Okay, huh. Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't
know.
think this is a problem exclusive to the film
That too.
industry. I think you have to.
Literacy.
It's more to the audience.
No, but I don't think this is a problem with the film industry. Sorry, Shantanu, 1 second.
yeah.
I don't think this is a problem with the film industry in particular. This is a problem across
Audience.
art. Like Vincent van Gogh didn't sell a single painting in his life,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
it
now
is.
he's
I
considered
agree.
great.
I agree.
So this
Yeah.
this goes for all
Martin
art.
Scorsese,
No, because-
Martin Scorsese wasn't getting the investment for Irishman, so he had to put it
Yeah.
out to Netflix. It is a fight which is across the world.
That's actually
No,
very
but
sad
Yeah.
when you realize
That's,
it.
that's
now coming-
understandable though.
Now coming to the
That's very
point of.
understandable.
Wait,
now
one
coming
sec.
to the
I think
point of- Yeah, I wanna say
Shantanu was
something.
saying something. So I think we
Okay,
should
Yeah,
let him
Shantanu
finish
was saying
first.
something.
I'll
yeah.
speak after. I'll speak after. Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah.
That's understandable though, because in the end, what the industry wants is money. They do not care
Definitely.
if the movie.
No. I disagree.
Wait a minute. Let me
Let him finish.
tell you something.
Yeah.
So not just Indian audience, but the basic audience
Definitely.
who's just going for a movie to watch a movie isn't going to interpret everything.
Yeah,
What
that's,
they want
that's
to
so
be is
true.
entertained. That is one.
Like even I didn't do it before we.
Yeah, exactly. None of us did.
But the thing is, so if you see Christopher Nolan movies, the only people who like the movie are people who understand film and people who want to pretend to sound smart,
Yeah.
which we all know. Yeah. So yeah. Why no one me and Anirudh only went to this art exhibition where everything was so shit, but everything had some symbolism in it. And
Yeah.
like a small piece of paper with some scribbling is 1 lakh rupees, and and then we learned all the artists there are dead, or abhi unka bech liya. All of them are dead. But what I'm saying is the reason people don't take it, because why do they go on Google Images and look for artwork so they can redraw it? Because they don't understand this art and they don't want to, frankly.
Yeah.
What people want is something entertaining, very quick, just get over with it.
Yeah.
Don't
The
you
only
think it's
people who-
changing? Don't you
The
think it's
only
changing?
people who are interested in the art are people like us.
Who want to
like-
become
That's
an
a
artist.
very good example because,
Like
like, you
who-
know, that's the
that one
difference
big
between
artist.
someone drawing Pokemons from the cartoon
Yeah,
and
her-
going out
her-
of his way and making a painting himself.
Yeah, exactly. And her, which I love, Joaquin Phoenix.
It is
I
most
love the
unique
movie.
film. Oh my
It
God.
is an amazing movie, but it made no fucking money in the end.
See, Shantanu,
That
I'll
is
tell you
why.
something.
Yeah, cinema
We
with
cannot. what you just said about the difference between art and entertainment. I think right now the only way for a filmmaker to make money as well as be a proper artist is what I said about having a movie that appeals to everybody in some way
Yeah,
or the other.
Or
Just like
having a
you,
movie which has a popular label like The Joker, which is an art movie but has the label of a comic book movie.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I think a very good
Coming to the
example.
point,
Yeah, sorry, sort of
see,
finish.
yeah, sorry. So coming to the point of why art films don't make money is okay. So I mean, they are called art films for a reason, also, right? I mean, if
Yeah,
you consider mainstream and art films is basically a soul that is going, and it's also like something that you want to produce. It's not
An
something that,
artist,
yeah, it's not
yeah.
something that exactly. Even if you make paintings, right? You're putting
Yeah,
your heart and soul into
definitely.
He's
something.
yeah,
talking about the
Yeah,
author theory.
yeah.
Yeah,
Whereas if you think in the terms of a designer, okay. I mean, I'm
yeah.
just trying to
I
say
get
it
what you
in
mean.
this
Go
way.
on, go on.
Yeah. So like for example, KJO. Okay, he makes films like Student of the Year. He knows
Hmm.
the kind of audience
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
he
I agree.
knows the kind of audience he has. Okay, he's thinking in terms of designer. Designer wants to make money here. He
Yeah.
knows how to mint money. He knows what people to hire, what kind of people to direct, and he knows that he's going to guaranteed get money. And
Yeah,
the kind of people that go to watch his films also don't put their brains. But
definitely.
Yeah,
but
my
if you see
sister.
But
something, but something like if you see the movie like Trap, which did not
Oh,
make a lot of money,
Oh
like
shit, that's
dude,
a
that's
good
a
it's
movie.
a
fucking amazing
fucking
movie.
phenomenal movie,
Exactly.
dude.
but
It
still,
is.
I
The movie is
feel
about a person
I
being
want to
stuck in
just
a loop,
like put
stuck in a
this
loop.
Yeah.
ahead. The guy who made Trapped, Robert, what was his name? Robert something, okay? He's a British
Huh?
person who came to Bollywood to make movies, and he doesn't know
Yeah.
Hindi at all.
He's Radhika
Yes,
Apte's husband, I think.
I don't know about that.
I think his name is Daniel or something, right? If I'm not wrong.
Robert something, I don't
Radhika
remember, okay? But whatever it is, he has
Trap
made
to
movies written in English script for which he has
Hmm.
gotten people to what do you say reinterpret it in Hindi so that
Yeah.
people can understand. But at the same time, he's put so much effort into his films that he has
Hmm.
made sure that people who are watching the movie, you know.
Motwani made Trapped, right?
Exactly, Motwani made
Vikramaditya
Trap. That's what I was
Motwani.
thinking.
Yeah,
No
what are you talking
way,
about?
the guy.
I think he
Motwani made
produced. I
Trapped.
think
Yes.
Vikramaditya Motwani produced the movie.
Oh no, he made Trap. He's the director of Trap.
Patrick
Can
Graham, yeah,
somebody
that's
just
his
check
name.
this?
Patrick
Somebody
Graham
look
Yeah.
made
it up.
Trapped. Wait, I think. Okay, wait. I don't think he made Trapped. I think he was a writer for the film then. My bad. My
Yeah,
bad.
Motwani made Trapped.
Okay,
See,
my bad. My
see
bad.
that's the price you have to pay. Are you willing to pay that price to put your art up further
Yeah.
and be remembered and
But that,
or
see,
not be
like
just
coming to the
one?
point again, See, in the end, even I mean, I'm also coming from the spectrum of the side who
Delusion.
enjoys films rather than like kind of seeing it in the more critical sense.
Right.
Hmm.
Okay, man, I'm not saying that I don't use my brain, but again, I also like to sometimes relax. I just
Yeah,
like to
Definitely.
yeah,
sit
yeah.
away.
I
ठीक है,
understand.
मेरे
Like
को
a
बस
movie
ऐसे ही
like
देखना है.
Golmaal or something.
But still,
I
relax
mean, not
करने के
that
लिए
far,
Yeah.
not that
relax
far.
करने के लिए मैं
Again,
हिम्मत वाला नहीं देखेगा.
If you look at a
like,
broader if
see,
you look at a
that's
broader perspective,
I got it. I got it. I'm
Doom
just joking.
Doom is more entertaining than Inception. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
अरे
Doom
क्या
is
बोल दिया?
100 times more
अरे,
the fucking film.
Oh.
Dude,
Okay.
Doom 3 was the most pointless
I
fucking
I
action film
don't
I've ever
care.
seen.
I don't care. Muscles and bikes. Dude, that is fun.
That's your
Like, so keeping Doom in perspective, okay, I'm not gonna deny it was actually a fucking good film.
What are we talking about? Doom and Inception?
No.
Dude,
We have
it is
reached
so
that far,
fun.
guys. This
Okay,
podcast has reached to the point where we're comparing
This is the
Nolan
rock
to.
Guys, calm down, calm down.
रुक
Calm
जा
down.
यार बोलने दो मुझे बहनचोद सुनना मेरी बात मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ okay see I'm not saying it's a good film in terms of the fucking story it's just an entertaining story like it's an entertaining movie dude I mean I would pay bucks to see Hrithik Roshan perform those stunts
That is your fetish, yaar. That is your
Yeah.
fetish.
It's not. It's
I'm
not
not
just
denying
him.
that.
We're talking about the main audience.
Yeah, I agree
and
with him.
also,
You cannot.
Guys,
Dude, no.
Hey, yaar. No, I'm not denying it's a bad fucking film when you see the story, okay? वो ऐसा हाथ लगा के magnet शुरू कर दिया कैसे? Like that's so
Excuse
fucking
me, I'd like to point out that Doom 2 on
second,
some
then-
levels
then-
actually works as a movie with substantially
That is-
decent
Yeah.
plot and writing Because
That's the Hrithik
Yeah.
Roshan one, right?
yeah, the Hrithik Roshan
Yeah,
one
yeah.
is the only Dhoom movie
Yeah.
which
Amazing,
I don't mean this as a joke or a satire, but
Yeah.
Dhoom 2
Yeah.
in terms of a heist film, it does
Yeah.
justice to its premise, and
Yeah.
it is the
That's
only
true.
Dhoom movie with
I'll-
strong writing.
If I want to see Hrithik Roshan, I'll go see Guzarish any day.
I haven't seen
It's
it.
not.
हाँ but
Okay.
Yeah,
dude
I'll-
YRF पैसा डालता है production में, not in terms of writing. Remember that. But
See-
I mean Mardani is another film. Mardani also I feel like one of the films that we need to
I'm
talk
not.
about.
I'm
Mardani
not
2
against
is very
commercial.
good.
I'm not. I'm not
Yeah.
against. I'm not against commercial films. I'm just against how they are. How Gangs of Wasseypur is like kicked out of theaters because Ek Tha Tiger has to be released.
No, but
I'm
see,
against-
but
See, but
See,
that's not
just let
entirely
me-
true. The
just
thing
let-
is, nobody is going
yeah,
to
just
watch
let-
Gangs of
let me
Wasseypur in
come-
the theaters.
Let me
Nobody's
come-
paying.
Gangs of Wasseypur was no. Gangs of Wasseypur was doing good. It was doing good numbers, but still, because Ek Tha Tiger had to come out, it was kicked out of theaters.
See now,
Not-
guys, one sec.
not
One
just-
sec. Before you
Okay.
diverge into this side of the industry, I just like to
Yeah,
point
okay,
this. One sec, sorry, one sec.
Uh-huh.
I just want to point
Yeah.
this one thing out. That you guys are going to the more political aspect of the entire industry at
Yeah,
this
yeah.
point. And this
Yeah.
is something, irrespective of how much knowledge you have, will have no say in this matter whatsoever, because we haven't been the one to be behind the seat of a director struggling to keep his movie in theater just because the person in the other film has connections to the underworld. So when
But-
you
but-
go out of your way and make a comment about the movie being kicked out of the theater for another one to come out, there is more to it than the audience, the writing, the film. There is you need to realize how dirty this industry is. Okay, as someone who's
Yeah.
getting into this industry,
What was the title? What is the title of this podcast?
no,
why mainstream films are
yeah, we
Uh,
are talking about this.
You know,
but we're
you're
not
talking
going to
about
touch the political.
He's talking about the audience perception.
kick the like छोड़ political aspect. I love Gangs of Wasseypur and people, and you have seen a cult following of that. I'm
Yeah.
seeing the industry being changed. I'm seeing Patal Lok being the hot shit now. I'm seeing a lot of things being changed. Hansal Mehta films coming out now. I'm not against Rohit Shetty movies. I'm just
I am.
against. I'm not. It's about coexistence. If good is there, bad is there. It's people's choice where they go.
Okay.
But a film pushing the other film to get out of theaters because a Salman Khan movie has to come out with a shitty script and a shitty everything is just sad.
Yeah,
See,
that's
see,
just
see,
the
I
political aspect.
know. I have an answer for that.
Yeah,
I have an answer for that.
Can
Yeah,
I?
okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, but see, okay, like any other industry, okay, this also is a film industry is also a business. Despite
Yeah, it is a
art
Yeah,
business.
and
exactly.
art.
Yes, I agree.
Right. Yeah. So now see, okay, now that you compare Gangs of Wasseypur versus Ek Tha Tiger, okay, the production that goes behind Ek Tha Tiger, it is YRF, right? As opposed to Gangs of Wasseypur, right? And
Gangs of
see,
Wasseypur
I mean-
barely had any money attached to it, as far as I remember.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
9 crores, 9 crores.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
sad.
now if you see YRF, okay, they not only produced a big budgeted film, not in terms of what the film is all about, but also in terms of promotion, in terms of
Yeah.
the variety, not the variety, but the wide reach in theaters, right? And see, in the end, box office does count. No matter what people say,
Yeah.
ki like, box office is
Yeah.
shitty, people should see story. Yeah, I mean, it matters, but like in the end, if the film doesn't make money, okay, things go in loss and the director won't be hired.
Yeah,
rehired again.
definitely.
Then
Yeah.
see, then we would have selfish directors.
No, that is why. No, that is why.
See, just hear me out. Then Anurag Kashyap won't be making No Smoking, which was about actually the censorship laws in India. Then we won't have movies like Raman Raghav. Then we won't have directors like what is your favorite Hindi director name?
Anurag Kashyap.
We don't have Motwani. If they just if they
Vikram
have
Aditya Motwani.
Motwani,
Even Hansel Mehta for that instance.
a lot of directors like Shyam Benegal.
Okay, moving past all that. one thing-
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we
So we were
won't have-
talking about-
if they are just selfish about collecting all that big stuff and not doing justice to the thing, even if it costs its like if they are putting the money out of their own pockets, so selling house and making a film, then we won't have art. because it comes
Definitely.
with
See, that's
That's
the
the
thing,
thing
right?
about art.
That is
There is
right.
struggle attached to it.
yeah, it
Yeah,
is it
and
is a constant
and
struggle.
and see,
Patal Lok is being threatened to be banned.
Dude, it's a fucking amazing show.
Yeah, I saw that
okay,
and I was like, क्या यार ये क्या है? This guy, Jaideep Alawat, my God.
The
Guys,
BJP dude.
I think a very good example of what you guys are just talking about. Again, like everyone just calm down, okay? It's getting too
uh,
heated. Like just breathe in, AC chalu karo, sab chill maro, okay? Would be James Gunn. Okay, James Gunn has recently received the popularity as a director because of Guardians of the Galaxy. But if you go back to
yeah.
James Gunn's old career, right? He has made terrific movies which have been box office bombs.
Scooby Doo.
No.
Yeah, no, no. The thing
Okay,
is,
not that far. Let's come ahead a little
one
bit.
thing, one thing that I liked about Marvel, and this also Kevin Feige had talked about how they hire their directors. They never hire their directors based on the box office collections or like famous. They
Yeah,
hire directors who are fucking edgy. Like
with
they
visions.
don't yeah वो टेढ़ी उंगली से सोचते हैं लोग. That's why like even Russo brothers were hired in the first place, right?
Yeah.
I mean
Dude,
now
almost every Marvel director,
yeah
any Marvel, crew cast member in general, these have been
yeah
actors who probably had a downfall in their career or they didn't have a career to start with. MCU has given them the career. There's something that we spoke about in our
yeah
MCU podcast as well.
yeah that's true
And
that's true.
But
coming.
don't you think Marvel puts just a stereotype on an actor?
I think
No,
we did that in
no,
the
no,
beginning,
no,
but that's okay. I'm not gonna get into that again because we have a different podcast where we have
Yeah.
covered all these topics. But I want to come back to James Gunn, and the reason why I pointed this out is: have any of you seen the movie Slither?
No.
No,
Okay.
I've never followed James Gunn's career before Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay,
I
so
started following him.
Slither is basically a horror sci-fi movie about this alien entering Earth and infecting everyone by turning them into worms. Okay?
Turning them
It
into
is
what?
worms, like getting infected with these
Okay.
mind trapping
Okay.
tapeworms. It is gross, but the good kind. Like you guys get what I mean, right? It is gross, disgusting. It has actually one of the most strong plots I've ever seen with proper pacing. It falls a little short in the story part because it follows these a little fairly common tropes when it comes to sci-fi movies. But Slither was a box office bomb. It was a big box office bomb because no one cared about what James Gunn was making. Now, when you look at Slither now, okay, it is 2005 film. It is actually one of the most popular movies ever out there. Slither is an amazing movie which has a good story and a good direction and a terrific cast. Like Slither works because of the amazing cast. That acting and that vision of the director is something that holds the movie together.
So what are you getting at? I don't get
What
it.
I was getting at is basically what Rohan and you were talking about before with the whole Anurag Kashyap thing and everything. You know how underrated movies that are box office bombs. This is something like how you guys said is not just something that's wrong with our industry, but it's something that's there throughout. We are when it comes to Bollywood in comparison to Hollywood. Okay, this can be a very controversial opinion, but we as an audience are moving 20 years behind what the audience on the other side of the world is watching right now.
But
Don't you think?
let
But
me
don't
add
you?
one thing. Hollywood, right from the start, always had they accepted film as an art form and they had like education for film and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whereas India lagged a lot behind that. And I think you can give the whole thing about we are a developing country, all that
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
matter and stuff like that. But I think all this said and done, I think right now the audience is very slowly starting to
Yeah,
appreciate
exactly.
good
Yeah,
films.
We're
it
getting
is.
more
And
aware of this stuff.
it's a natural process.
And we
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
It comes
evolution.
with youth.
and I
It comes
feel
with Hollywood.
and
Good
I
example
feel
is Tits Out in the Sacred Games season 1.
yeah man.
Yeah, yeah.
Season 2
Sacred Game season 2 is very good actually. I don't know
Yeah,
why
Yeah,
it
people
it
is.
is
don't
I
like
don't know
it.
why.
amazing.
I don't know why people are criticizing season 2. You're saying it's
I
taking a
think
sharp
my
U-turn.
interpret.
Parasite has a sharp U-turn. Parasite has a sharp U-turn ending.
Okay.
No, I think
But
Sacred
see,
Game
the
season
thing
2
is, the
was
thing is,
really
people can't
great.
appreciate it now. Say people can't digest the
Yeah,
fact
that's
that
the problem.
Indian films, like, see,
Yeah,
like,
they got
one
too
thing.
attached to the life of
Uh, a
oh,
Cholwala than
Ganesh.
someone
Nee,
who
nee,
went to
nee, nee.
Africa.
That is just the brilliance of Nawazuddin Siddiqui. He like he made his appeal so much in the first film that we didn't want him to look like he was the god for us. And
Yeah,
then being that
that's what
god,
he
Well,
is. Characters.
I want to compare Sacred Games both the seasons to Gangs of Wasseypur Part 1 and Part 2. Let me explain.
Okay.
So Gangs of Wasseypur Part 1, it moves at a shotgun pace, okay? Everybody will agree. They cover almost
Yeah,
three
yeah.
generations of
Yeah,
crime
almost four
saga,
actually.
whatever. Yeah, and the second movie is a more personal movie which lets you get more attached to one character.
Yeah.
Okay. Sacred Games works in a similar manner in the way that season 1 has a lot of very fast-paced action plot, all those
Yeah.
kind of things. Whereas the second one relies
more
more
story
on
building.
the philosophy behind why he is doing all this
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So it slows down the pace a little. And I think that's what made all the audience go, "Oh, boring tha, mere ko nahi dekhna hai."
Yeah.
You know,
And I think that's not just a comparison that you find there, like for no reason. I think that's very evident because we need to remember the fact that Sacred Games and Gangs of Wasseypur were both made by Anurag Kashyap.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the
But-
fact that both
see,
of them starred Nawazuddin Siddiqui as well.
But this is something that, even I felt like, the coming of the digital platforms, right, like Netflix and Amazon Prime. It's one thing very convenient that now audience can choose and not choose to watch it, and it won't really affect, it won't really affect the artistic side
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
film as well.
it gives
Which
a
is-
shelf life.
Yeah, and the shelf life of the film is also a lot longer, right?
Yeah.
So this is one thing I really appreciate with the digital platforms coming on. Moving on to the fact that about like season 1 and season 2 of Sacred Games, I think in this country a lot of people can't appreciate the fact that Indian web series and films can be as good and at par with the ones that in Hollywood.
Yeah, definitely.
If you guys
Because of
agree,
our
if you
stupid
guys agree.
religious laws. That's
Yeah,
a
because
big-
see, even though Sacred Games ka season 2 is really well made.
It's
people
better than
like-
season 1 in my opinion. I just want to put that out there.
I mean,
Yeah, same.
I would not because I'm not probably that critical of it, so I would just say that both are really well made.
Okay, that's
But
fair.
I would definitely say this that if this was probably made by a Hollywood director or maybe a Hollywood television director, I'm pretty sure that this would have been appreciated as one of the
Yeah,
best.
definitely.
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 That
That title
that
changes
ties in with what
everything.
Shantanu said. That ties in with what Shantanu said. He's like, some people watch Inception because they actually understood it, and the
Yeah.
other people just wanted to sound smart.
It's as simple,
Yeah.
okay? There are two type of people who will watch in, who will walk into a Nolan movie. Let's take Inception for now. Interstellar, actually, okay? One's
Yeah.
gonna come out saying that Interstellar was about time travel. The other one's gonna come out saying that Interstellar was about a complex human psyche surviving in the loss of time. And there is a big difference
Yeah.
between the two. Because Interstellar is a very complex film. I'll be
Yeah.
honest myself.
Yeah,
I
it's
could
quite-
not.
the third one.
It's a lot of elements that
Yeah,
that
in my
make it well.
first sitting, I did not grasp all of it.
Same.
Okay,
Same.
I
But
it
even
did one thing,
even
it
though
made
it
me
did not, you
curious.
didn't completely understand. Yeah, exactly. Even though
Made
the
me very
first time you
curious.
didn't completely understand it, but the first time there's that that awe that you're
Yeah,
left with. The
exactly.
immediate,
It is like
immediate. Oh my God, I've witnessed something
you
incredible. Right?
want to watch it again to understand.
I
the
am
story.
Yeah,
I am
exactly.
proud. I am proud that I saw Interstellar 4 times and I understood it. I saw it, buddy, 4 times.
Yeah.
I
No,
think I've seen
yeah.
it more than that.
Yeah, I've seen it more than that, but I'm not like yeah.
I've,
But like
I've seen it thrice. Explained it to my dad 4 times.
Yeah.
I haven't
And he
tried
said-
explaining it. I
and
couldn't
he
do
be
that.
saying क्या आर्टी मूवी देखता है?
Yeah.
Dude, no, but I'm glad these guys, because of these online platforms, are more open, and that's what I said. This is a natural process. You cannot
Yeah.
force this,
Yeah, it's evolution.
and this will happen with.
It's like the kind of paintbrushes and like paints you have will affect the painting that you make in the end.
Definitely.
exactly.
And,
But
and another advantage of these digital platforms is that now you don't have the fear of like earning
Losing
less.
out.
Yeah, losing
Losing
out.
money.
exactly. And the reach of the film is a lot more because now you have subtitles to add to the
That
film.
that plays a big role.
That really adds to the film.
And
Yeah.
something else. Even though these parents and all the common audience will watch these movies, I'll explain it to my mom, dad, anyone. They'll still watch Rohit Shetty anytime.
Yeah,
Any South
same.
Indian movie they will watch. No matter how much of an intellectual level they've reached, they will come down
They
to
will prefer
Dhurmara.
Bagi 3
Yeah.
against Sacred Games
You
Yeah.
Part
can
2.
you can complain a lot about Rohit Shetty, but I'm telling you, nothing goes beyond Saath Nibhana Sathiya. Okay,
I
and
haven't seen
nothing goes beyond that.
I don't
Nothing
know
goes
that.
beyond
I've
beyond.
seen my family members watching it, and I'm telling you, I've been
अरे
scarred.
ये कुछ नहीं है. I've seen my dad watching and I just grabbed the remote from him and switch off the
Have you-
TV. He was watching Salman Khan की वो कौन सी है जिसमें वो ऐसे
Tubelight.
नहीं नहीं भाई अरे बहुत गंदी वो सोनम कपूर के साथ.
Oh,
Oh, the marriage wali na, shadi
Dude,
wali.
dude, hang on, hang it there. My dad will watch anything ranging from Scorsese to the crappiest of the South Indian movies that everybody makes fun of.
That's just
When I
any
say,
South Indian
dude,
whatever.
dude, when I say crappy, okay, like these are adults joking about poop, making
Yes,
poop jokes or
yes.
something like that.
Yeah.
These kind of movies.
But there's one thing people appreciate them like not the crappy movies. Sacred Games. If they click with it, they'll take it.
My dad is
family
actually the
watched
one who told
Sacred
me to
Games.
watch Sacred Games.
My family watched Sacred Games continuously. It's for 3 days.
Yeah, my
I
dad
did the
is
horrible
the-
mistake of starting it with my mom.
I was
And then
very-
didn't watch it with her anymore.
Let's talk about the first scene.
I'm a proud son when I came up to my dad and said, "Papa, Patal look dekhiye," and he was like, "तेरे से पहले देख ली." I was
Yeah,
like,
my
"Oh,
parents
shit."
also saw Pata
I was
Look
like,
me.
"Dad, salute, a Rudy salute."
Okay,
Dude,
guys.
my mom recently has been like hooking on Netflix with some shows, and she was like giving me recommendations to like watch like like Hush Smoke, and
Oh
I'm
my
like, nahi
God.
dekh liya already. Yeah, and
Same.
I'm severely uncomfortable because I'm like, my mom knows about sex. Like that's, I mean,
What do you mean your mom knows about sex?
No.
No shit.
Really? By the way, guys,
Listen. Okay, I don't mean it. I don't
I
mean it in
think-
literal sense. I don't mean it in literal
Yeah,
sense.
we're just
I mean
messing
it in
with
the
you,
sense-
chill.
समझ गया,
Yeah.
समझ
I think we are missing something that we brought up and didn't get to it is we spoke about how all Netflix and digital streaming has
Yeah.
brought more cinema more accessible, but
Yeah.
the actual point is that I watched a movie like even me I would have never discovered it or even watched it, and because of Netflix I watched it. I think it was a French animated movie called I Lost My Body.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Victoria Labua. I love her.
Yeah, that was such a good movie, and this is I said this because I wouldn't have watched it otherwise. So think about a general audience when Netflix, every time you open it up, like right in the front page, you see this movie, and you're gonna like see what it is, right? At least like read the
Yeah.
synopsis, something.
We love you, Netflix.
Yeah.
But guys,
Right.
concluding.
This proves
Yeah.
that your like the audience the reach this digital platform has. The reason it has it is because all these movies that we've watched, all these artsy movies that our parents or whoever was watched, they wouldn't buy a ticket and go for this movie themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they bought the subscription.
Yeah, because of us or because they're bored. They're
Yeah,
bored
I had to
and
fight.
they
I
watch
had
these
to fight
movies.
Same.
with my parents to get a subscription for Netflix.
Same.
They're like,
After I got Netflix,
We cannot-
everything has just
Yes,
started coming in smooth.
Exactly, right.
In the end, it's a personal thing. It's how you brought up.
But
and
guys,
your-
listen.
Diet.
Okay.
This video was sponsored by Netflix
No, it wasn't. Shut the fuck up. Because
and
the
Amazon
Where
Prime.
is the money? I need
okay,
the money.
but you guys,
At
okay,
Netflix
listen.
cash.
Even though we can go about this for another 4 hours, we have our time limits, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, we have to go to the conclusion now.
Yeah, let me get to the conclusion. Like
Okay.
so we have already came to the point that artsy movies are amazing. More people should watch them.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But we know Rohit Shetty is gone. The thing is, the directors who have made artsy movies, but artsy movies that sell, like Spielberg. Jurassic Park has no boundaries of language, country whatsoever.
Oh
There's no
yeah.
boundaries of
Yeah.
audience, nothing. Steven Spielberg knows how to make brilliant and artsy movies
James Cameron,
and get money.
Avatar.
Yeah, and James
Cameron.
Cameron. James Cameron to Avatar, amazing. They
It is the
know.
most symbolic film ever.
Yeah, they know how to churn out money from this shit.
It's a film of a decade. Like that's what it is.
Dude, that movie came
That's
out
what
way
it is.
before it needed to.
In the end, it all comes to the middle ground. The person who can pull off both the things is one of the most successful directors
Definitely.
ever.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, guys, with that being said, we'll be ending this
Thank you for
episode.
coming to my TED talk.
And also another thing, okay, guys, watching the 5 people watching this. Okay, if you watch
6
Karan
now.
Johar films, okay, if you watch Karan Johar films, I mean, I'm not going to judge you because
I will.
abhi yaar.
I will come to your house and choke
See,
you.
I won't judge you. Okay, I won't judge you.
Karan
Because
Johar,
I know where you're coming from, but just saying out there, just a message out there कि देखो करण जौहर की फिल्म से मत जियो, ठीक है? Like move to Hansal Mehta.
Just
move
explore.
to Anurag Kashyap. Just explore a little bit more and think about films. That's all I'm saying. Okay. And I think this is all of us when I say I speak on the behalf of everyone here.
Yeah,
It'll be
but
nice.
also at the same time, I want to put this ahead that if
Yeah,
you want to just
but
watch
still-
movies because तुझे entertain होना है, मजे करना है, we need that audience too. वरना this industry will
Yeah,
not
yeah,
grow.
yeah.
If
exactly.
everyone
So
became a
watch-
critic, then this will gonna go down in fire.
Be,
Yeah.
be like Anirudh's dad, okay? Watch from Martin Scorsese to every shit.
To Bahubali launching
To
himself.
I agree. I agree.
Speaking of
Indian-
Karan Johar, speaking of Karan Johar,
Yeah,
speaking of
yeah.
Karan Johar, guys, I just want you guys to know, I have this, okay?
Okay.
This
Yeah, it's a
dude,
book.
yeah, it's a book, it's a
movie.
book.
Movie
No, it's a
sequel.
book.
You need to talk
Yeah.
about it. It's not video in the
The
podcast.
unsuitable boy. The unsuitable boy.
No, so let me this book, like before I read the book, I used to think Karan Johar is an idiot. Like, what the hell is he making?
Yeah,
What's up to
but
this guy?
Allah actually
Right? But after after I read
Wait.
that book, I realized that about what Shantanu, I think Shantanu said this, that a lot of filmmakers in India are businessmen. They aren't really filmmakers.
Yeah.
And Karan Johar is just one of them. And he's not even hiding the fact. Like, if you read the book, he says that I know a film works, and the way I market films is by making catchy music.
Yeah.
And music is not something that is even present in films really abroad, right? Like, it becomes a musical. Like all Bollywood movies,
It's very subtle.
musical.
I-
Yeah. So, like, he's intelligent, but he's not a filmmaker. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's not an
Yeah.
idiot.
He's
knows what
smart,
he
but he has got the
He's a
art.
salesman. He's
I
a
don't
salesman.
want to say that Karan
he
Johar.
knows what his audience wants. That's exactly what
Exactly.
I
But guys,
Yeah,
guys,
exactly.
listen, okay. Amazing. We have all the points out on the table.
Yeah.
I really have
It's
to
about-
enforce this right now, but
Please end this.
like
Yeah.
we need to
And,
bring it to an end. There's a
Yeah.
limit.
Yeah. Yes,
So
and also I would
one
like
one
to
last
end-
thing I want to say is just about coexistence. Bus.
yeah.
Yeah, it's about-
बस बायोडाइवर्सिटी
No.
में साथ में रह लो सब चूतिए मत बनो मूवी देखो
हाँ.
मजे करने
Yeah.
करो क्रिटिसाइज करने करो we need that balance okay we
हाँ.
can't have
Yeah.
critics running around with their underwears on fire saying Captain
बात.
Underpants was the movie of the century
कोई
Alright?
बात नहीं रोहित शेट्टी shit बना रहा है बना ले तो
हाँ but
I think, let's be honest here, the whole podcast was about finding out that Ram Gopal Verma made a film on Mia Malko. That's what the whole thing was about.
And thanks to Saurav, Hindi swear words hit different.
Oh my God. And
But,
also, I would like to end this podcast on the message that just like Bollywood, even Hollywood has nepotism. Okay?
yeah it does
Just
and
And
know
it is-
as usual
it
guys
is shit.
we have certain Instagram links in the description
Yeah.
which we want you guys
Please
to
follow.
follow check out our
Please follow
podcast on other
and
platforms as
podcast
well
on- Yes, we our podcasts are available on Spotify and YouTube. That you're probably seeing this right now, and follow our Instagram links of Talk Shit Podcast, where you will find our individual bios, as well as we will link their bios in the description as well for you.
the
to,
appropriate
check them out.
ones that need to be there or
Yes,
something
yeah, yes.
short-
And
a short
thank you for कुछ बोलना शांतनु बोलो.
A short disclaimer. This was not sponsored by Netflix. Whoever said
they
that.
know that they know that our audience is not hopefully
Maybe.
Rohit Shetty's audience
Yes, but Netflix, if you want to sponsor us, please come.
Please यार भी हम लोग तुम्हारे पैसे ले लेंगे.
We need money, okay? We need mics. We need whatever you can provide us with. Yeah. So thank you for watching.
But guys,
Yeah,
thank you so much for watching. Okay, it was a really fun episode. It got heated.
yes.
I think that's the first time we've had such a heated debate on a podcast. So
Yes.
really interesting one. That's a
Yeah.
theme that we didn't expect to chase something so quickly. But we'll
Yeah.
catch you guys again next week with a continuation to this discussion. It's not going to be
Yes.
just the same discussion. We'll be talking more about artistic films not pointing out mainstream media. Okay.
You're gonna hear more of us screaming.
You're gonna hear more of screaming and shouting. We're gonna be. We have used this episode as a base for what we're going to present you next week, and I really hope
This is
you
my
guys,
show.
catch us next week again. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
Yes, and bye.